And the commercials on sporting events, too. I think they make those. This was an actual commercial for Chevy trucks. Shows a guy and his dad there. The guy walks up and he goes, you know, my dad and his dad have all drove Ford trucks. And if you told me 6 months ago I'd be driving a Chevy truck, I'd have told you were crazy. But I went down to that Chevy dealer and he said, you know, Bob, Chevy makes a better truck than Ford. And that was good enough for me. What kind of sales resistance can that guy have? You know, Bob, the Gremlin is still a sexy looking car. You know, Bob, crayons have a lot of valuable vitamin C in them. I traveled a lot in comedy. I drove a lot. I remember the first time I went into Oklahoma, and the first time I got into Oklahoma, I drove in, I see a big sign that says, "Keep Oklahoma Beautiful." And by the time I got there, most of the damage had already been done. Got behind a car there, and on one side of this car is a bumper sticker that says, "Pets are people too." On the other side it said, "Just say no to drugs." Folks, if you think pets are people, it's a little late to say no to drugs. You're high right now. Got to Atlanta, Georgia, for the first time. I quickly got my car stolen. True story. Got my car stolen. Atlanta was the #1 city for crime in the country at the time. I was finally part of a winning team. They stole my car in Atlanta. I was driving an Omni. Dodge Omni. I had parked this 5-star car next to a Cadillac and a Corvette. Bubba steals the Omni. Kind of makes you wonder if they fire bad car thieves, doesn't it? Oh, Bubba. Not another Omni. I said Audi, boy. Audi. So it's good to be here in Kansas City at the Record Bar. Steve and Sean. How about a nice round of applause for Steve and Sean? Letting me and Nick come in here. I know that when Nick initially called me about this, he asked me if I would want to do some time, and I said, you know, why not? Those jokes of mine are just gathering dust in some museum display or shrine at the Smithsonian. Why not give them some air? And but the old rock days, the rock stage. I sat in with the LCD here a couple times, sang, and you know, it's good because before I was in comedy, I was in a band briefly, and in part I got into the band to meet girls, and not that there weren't a lot of girls that came to see our band. There were, but they were just really young for some reason, too young for me. I had nothing in common. 9 times out of 10 in a conversation backstage, I'd end up going, "Oh, really? Count Chocula's my favorite." No, Justin Bieber's talented. Kill me. I was in a punk band for about 5 days once, too, and those guys, big rebels, but maybe not too bright. I can remember they were counting off songs that'd be like, 1, 2, and screw it, just go! That was the drummer. Drummer! Always like to be like Westport, coming home off the road, coming to Westport and hanging out. A lot of very attractive and friendly women here in Kansas City. I can remember one night I was in this bar, and I was in this bar for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, gorgeous looking woman I'd never seen before comes up to me. Comes right up to me and goes, "Quick, act like you're my boyfriend." This guy's bugging me, act like you're my boyfriend. So I said, okay, you know, I borrowed some money, hit on her friends, and ignored her all night, you know. I acted like her boyfriend. I was reasonably successful with the women, and I won't say that all the girls that I dated were knockouts. some looked like they had a little boxing experience, but not all knockouts. I tell jokes like that, you know, I'm single, all this. One night I was at a bar, sitting at the bar, and the guy next to me at the bar was going, "No, you're still single. Maybe you're gay." Really? Gay? I go, "No, I don't think so. I'm not attracted to guys at all." And he said, "What are they? Maybe you just haven't met the right guy." And I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. The right guy. I met hundreds of the wrong women, and I was attracted to all of them. That's the problem. Oh man, but you know, you're on the road too much. That's not good for a relationship. Had a lot of breakups, and I'll tell you something right now. I never used to like that stuff much before at all, but after you break up with somebody or somebody breaks up with you, country music starts to make a whole lot of sense. Right? Jack Daniels gets a lot easier to drink, I'll tell you that. So there it was one night, listening to the little George Jones, I think it was, George Jones. Drinking a little Jack. Just the three of us there partying. Me, George, and Jack. Listen to that sad George over and over again, just crying like a baby. Well, not really like a baby. Baby would have pulled up its diapers and gone on with its life. I wallowed in it. I didn't handle it very well, I'll tell you that right now. I didn't. This is the way after the breakup, every night I would go to a bar. And I would sit in that bar, and I would drink in that bar until I was hammered. Hammered! And at the end of the night, I would go home alone with the most bitter, depressed alcoholic slut in that bar. Me. But my last girlfriend, I should have seen it coming, ladies and gentlemen. I should have seen the breakup coming because we argued all the time. Right? That's a sign. Argue. Argue, argue, argue. She kept telling me that women were superior to men in every single way. Here was her compellingly logical argument. Women are superior to men! Women are superior to men! Men are dirty, smelly pigs, they never leave the toilet seat down, they don't stop and ask for directions, they never want to cuddle, and She wouldn't have been that irritating, except she kept doing this with her hand. But after a couple of thousand years of that kind of healthy interaction, I was willing to concede the argument that women are superior to men in every single way. One exception, sense of direction. My case is historical. There have never been any great female explorers. Was it Nancy Columbus? No, it wasn't. Was it Fergie Magellan? It was not. Well, there was Amelia Earhart. But we're still looking for her, aren't we? Hey, that's my time. Enjoy Nick Griffin. Thank you, people.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good, Brad. That's fun.
Who are you here to see tonight?
Well, actually, we're here to see some Edward G. Nelson or something like that. I forget exactly what it is. I heard that he's making a comeback after something in the mid-40s. You know.
What exactly do you think Brad's going to do for you tonight, sir?
I'm hoping that there'll be some chuckles. I saw him years ago, and I think I laughed. I think I did, but I'm not really. You know, I have to reserve judgment.